top 10 rides at Thorpe Park Resort. Hi there, I'm Rose and I'm a theme park YouTuber now, so please make sure you subscribe if you like my content. Also follow me on TikTok. My closest theme park would probably be Polton's Park, but for the purposes of content, we're going to say that it's Thorpe Park. Thorpe Park is a massive 74-acre amusement park down in Surrey. Now, I go there a lot, but that's mostly because my dad gets free tickets all the time, but also because I just love the park in general. I first went when I was a little 8-year-old kid, and all I did was the flying fish and tidal wave because everything else scared the living daylights out of me. But over the years, I've grown to love roller coasters, and I've been on every ride more times than I can count. So today, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 rides at Thorpe Park Resort. In 10th place, we've got Zodiac. Now, I know it's an odd choice, but let me tell you. As a kid, Zodiac was the way I got introduced to upside down rides. Without Zodiac, I am genuinely convinced I may have never gone on a roller coaster, and my life would be completely different. The cycles are quite repetitive, clearly, but on a nice day, it can be quite relaxing if you don't get dizzy easily. Zodiac's in the Lost City part of the park, along with a lot of other flat rides. Although I barely know anything about its history, I know it's a decent ride. At number 9, we're going to go right in with Samurai. Now, Samurai is different every ride. Sometimes the cycles are really short, but sometimes they're really long and great. But usually Samurai is a very enjoyable ride, and I love it every time I go to the park, especially at night time. Samurai at night looks amazing. I love the lights they use, and it's so cool to experience. Now, you may be wondering why there's been a big increase in Samurai queues this season. That is because of Exodus views. Samurai gives amazing Exodus views, going right up close to the fence, with some brilliant moments looking straight onto that building site. Overall, Samurai is definitely worth a ride every time I go to Thorpe. It's a great and enjoyable flat ride. Now, at number 7, we've got Walking Dead the Ride. Walking Dead the Ride is a massive indoor experience that has some crazy elements. There are live actors, a pre-show, a pause, and there's the roller coaster part, of course. Though a lot of people did prefer it when it was X, I still really enjoy the ride to this day, and Walking Dead theming just adds so much to the ride. Like, the watchtower outside is such a cool piece of theming, and the live actors really immerse you in the experience. Whilst the whole roller coaster isn't my favourite ride, it does work overall with the whole experience, and I find it absolutely fantastic. At number 6, I've got Colossus. Personally, Colossus is not my favourite ride in the world. I do think it's really cool that we've got the first ever 10 looping roller coaster. It's not the first ever now, but it was at one point, and I think that is very, very cool. It's just, it has not aged well. I have not been on Colossus since it's been retracked, but the last time I went, I did not want to go back on that ride. I think it's a great ride. I don't think it's my favourite ride in the world. But it's really awesome. I mean, some of those elements are insane. Like those barrel rolls, oh my god. Though they do make me feel sick. They're really cool. But yeah, that's just where I rate it. At number 5, we've got Rush. Now, Rush has a pretty short cycle, but I absolutely love the thrills it gives you. Rush is a screaming swing flat ride located in the Lost City part of the park. It only lasts about a minute, but this feeling you get looking down at the ground is absolutely thrilling. It's even scarier to do that challenge to touch the floor when you get to the peak, because it feels like you're going to fall out. But I do love the thrills it gives you, and this is really heightened by only having a lap bar, because it makes you feel so exposed. Especially from the times I've screamed, "I'm going to fall out," to scare the life of everyone in the queue. At number 4, we've got the second big coaster on the list, which is Nemesis Inferno. Now, I'm not going to compare this to the other Nemesis, because this is a Thorpe Park rating, not a comparison. Nemesis Inferno is a B&M inverted coaster in the jungle part of Thorpe Park. It takes you through a volcanic setting, and it features some amazing elements like the world's first interlocking corkscrews. Now, Nemesis Inferno is often considered the baby ride at Thorpe Park, but compared to some other rides, I genuinely think we're really lucky to have something like Nemesis Inferno in the UK. The theming on this ride is a masterpiece, and I can fully support this, as I was once stuck in that queue for 3 hours and I didn't even get on the ride. Nemesis Inferno was also my first ever proper roller coaster at the ripe age of 10, and it set up an absolute love for them. The mist is just amazing when it's working. I just love everything about this ride, though I do constantly feel like I'm going to fall out, but it's all part of the thrill. At number 3, we've got the UK's first ever winged coaster, the Swarm. And up until a few weeks ago, it was the UK's only winged coaster. Swarm is a beautiful coaster. I absolutely live for this ride. The theming around the ride is amazing, and it's got props like aeroplanes and an ambulance, and those near-miss elements are fantastic. The massive wing overdrop is my absolute favourite part of the ride for me. It really does it. Being in the front on the right, furthest away from the track, is my favourite spot. The views of Thorpe are amazing, and that slow turn is terrifying but absolutely fantastic. Now, Swarm is one of the only rides that I would say I feel safe in, and I know that sounds really weird, but the over-the-shoulder restraints with the vest restraint make me feel like I'm flying, and the smoothness just makes it 10 times better. Though the ride cycle is quite short, it still packs a punch within the time it's given, and I adore every part of it. At number 2, the runner-up to top spot, is Saw the Ride. This is the world's first horror movie-themed roller coaster, and I love everything about this ride so much. Everything about it, from the queue to the indoor section to the outdoor section, is absolutely beautiful. I especially love the indoor blind drop. It sets the mood up for the ride, and it makes it an amazing visual experience. I also love the more than vertical drop, of course. It's such an iconic piece, and oh my god, it just gives you such a thrill, and it did hold the record for a week. Especially with those rotating blades as a near-miss element, it really adds to the experience. And at number 1, we've got the Flying Fish. Oh, of course, we've got Stealth. This is the second tallest ride in the UK, and it's also the fastest in the UK. Stealth is in the Amity Raceway part of the park, and it's an Intamin launch coaster with a very tall top hat element. It's themed around racing cars and American speedways, which is perfect for the concept of a really fast ride. It shoots you from 0 to 80 miles per hour in just 1.9 seconds, which is absolutely sensational. And the force this puts on your body is something I can't explain to people. When people ask me what's Stealth like, I genuinely don't know what to tell them, because until you've experienced it, there is nothing else you can compare it to. It's a very short ride, but it really packs a punch. And the views you get from the top are actually quite underrated. Unfortunately, I haven't been lucky enough to experience this, but Stealth always comes with the possibility of a rollback. This is perfectly safe, but it's a very rare thing. Unlike the preview day this year showed, I swear there are not normally 3 rollbacks in a day. That is like the most insane thing ever. But it is something that I hope to get on one day. And yeah, that's my top 10 rides at Thorpe Park. What are your top 10 rides at Thorpe Park? Let me know down in the comments. And do you agree with my list, or do you disagree with it? I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure you're subscribed, because YouTube has a glitch where it unsubscribes people. I don't really know why, it's kind of weird. And let me know what video you guys want me to do next. Bye!